Dr. Mindy here, and on this video, I'm going to show you 3 habits you have to give up today because it's slowing down your metabolism. Okay, this video, it's brought to you by Timeline. And here's what's really cool about Timeline. These tablets that are in here, I'm going to open up so you can see them, are erythritol A. I've done some videos on this. It's really cool. And what it does is it stimulates mitochondrial power. And mitochondria are pivotal for autophagy. So it's a red pill. You can take 1 to 2 of these a day and you're upregulating the power of your mitochondria, giving you more energy and improving the whole autophagy process inside your cells. So thank you, Timeline. Awesome product. Okay, let's just get into it. Here's number 1. Are you ready? You're not getting enough sun. Your metabolism is slowing down because you are not getting enough sun. How the heck could that be? Let me explain this. So to start with, there are 3 times a day that you need to see sun. We've talked about this before. The sunrise, the sunset, and the middle of the day. The reason that this is important is because when your eyes register the red light from the beginning of the day, the end of the day, and the middle of the day, it regulates cortisol. What does your body do when it gets too much cortisol? I'll give you a hint. It stores it as fat. So we need the light to regulate our cortisol levels. So that's the first piece here. Second piece that the sun does, love this. There's a new study that came out 3 years ago, not completely new. They were trying to understand why people gained weight in the winter compared to the summer. And they found that actually sunlight on our skin, the fat that's right underneath the skin, when sun comes in, it mobilizes that fat. I am not joking. I will leave the link to the study that when you get sunlight on your skin where there's fat right underneath, it will burn fat for you. So get out in the sun. Make sure your eyes are seeing the sun in the morning and the evening. 20 minutes a day, that's all it really takes. And you are now speeding up your metabolism in a different fashion. You are making sure that you're getting to that subcutaneous fat. I'm going to leave the study in there because I know some of you are going to be like, what? I don't believe you. I'm going to leave the study in there. Second habit you have to give up if you want a faster metabolism, and that is you have to stop eating the bad oils. So we've talked about this. The bad oils are those canola, cottonseed, corn oils. But these oils, you got to get them out. They're worse than sugar. They're worse than carbs. The worst thing you could do for your metabolism as far as food goes is eating bad oils. Stop it. They're also causing you inflammatory problems, not only your brain fog inflammatory problems, but joints. So we got to get the bad oils out. Third thing that you've got to stop doing because it's slowing your metabolism down is you've got to stop using toxic beauty products. What? How could makeup, how could lotion, how could shampoo affect your metabolism? These are what we call estrogen mimickers. When you put a toxic lotion on your skin, it goes into your bloodstream, and what it does is it spikes your estrogen levels. But it's not the good estrogen that you normally make. It's the bad estrogen. It's fake estrogen, and your miraculous body doesn't know what to do with that. So what it does is it registers this fake estrogen, and it's like, foreign invader, don't know what this is. I'm going to store it as fat. So stop the toxic beauty products. Go and scan all of your makeups, your lotions. Men, you're using toxic stuff on your skin as well. My favorite app is called Skin Deep or Think Dirty. I'll put links in my notes here so you can see it. And by the way, you know what else is a toxic product that's going right into your lymph system, making you hold on to more weight, is your deodorant. So my favorite deodorant is called Primally Pure. You can go to my webpage. You'll see all my favorite products there that we've vetted for your guys' benefit. A lot of these companies give you guys discounts, so go check out drmindypelz.com. And you can go to my store. You'll see all the things there that I love that are non-toxic. But when we're constantly putting these toxic substances on our body, you're raising this fake estrogen, and the body is so smart, it doesn't know what to do with it, so it stores it as fat. So those are the three things I want you to avoid. Stop staying inside, stop the bad oils, and stop the toxic load that is causing your body to hold on to fat more than it needs to. How do we use fasting to get this metabolism to speed up? We want a high metabolism. So how do we get it to speed up? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to learn to compress your eating window. So if this is new to you, then what I'm going to tell you is that there is an art to how you approach fasting. And it starts by taking all the food you eat and compressing it into a short time period. So when we put our food in one small little eating period, we leave an elongated period in our 24 hours for fasting. And it's this longer fasting period where our metabolism speeds up. Now, once we've got this art of this condensed eating window, then now we've got to learn how to switch in and out of food and fasting. So let's dive into the science. I love the science. Cell Metabolism says that the best eating window, the best time period is 8 to 10 hours in a day, and you become metabolically immune from any diet, any poor diet. So high fat, high sugar, Western diet, as long as you're eating that in an 8 to 10 hour window, giving your body more time for rest, then your metabolism is going to be higher than if you eat that same meal throughout a longer period of time, 12, 14 hours in a day. So this is really exciting. So to answer the question of this video, can fasting speed up your metabolism? The answer is heck yeah, it can. But what we've got to do is we've got to learn how to go in and out of food and in and out of fasting. We've got to take our eating window and start to compress it. Okay, check this out. I have a free fasting guide for you all. It's free. And it's going to teach you all the basics of fasting. It's going to teach you how to kill hunger when you fast, which is really cool. And it's going to show you how to break your fast, among many other things. All you got to do is click on this link right here and enjoy. I am going to show you a very simple way to understand when the best time to eat is to speed up your metabolism. Think of this video like you and I are sitting in line at the grocery store. And you find out that I'm a fasting expert. And you're like, oh, okay, well, when should I eat if I want to speed up my metabolism? I get that I should fast. When should I eat? This is what I would tell you. These are the three things I want you to remember, okay? Number one, pick an 8 to 10 hour window. Now, the thing I want to tell you before I move on to step number two is that pick the eating window that works best for you. When my kids were little, we used to all come in and eat dinner at 8 o'clock at night. That wasn't really great for my metabolism, but it worked for my family. So my eating window was like noon to 8. Some of you can really get that dinner in early, which is great, but you'd rather have breakfast. So just push that eating window into an earlier part of the day. So 8 to 10 hour eating window, and outside of the eating window, there's no food, nothing that's going to spike your glucose. So I just want to point that out. So second thing, please mind your melatonin. I've discussed this before, but I know we're of all different backgrounds here and knowledge sets. So I want to bring it to your attention again, because it's so important. Losing weight, by the way, is not difficult when you start to put these principles together. First thing in the morning, hour when you first get up, 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed, melatonin is high. Melatonin is your sleep hormone. As long as melatonin's on the scene, you are more insulin resistant. So if you wake up in the morning and you eat a bowl of cereal first thing when you get up, as compared to waiting a couple hours and letting that melatonin level come down, that same bowl of cereal is going to cause you more metabolic challenge when you eat it first. It's going to be stored as fat. Let me just make it easy. It's going to be stored as fat if you eat it first thing in the morning. If you wait an hour or two, it won't get stored as fat. Your body will use that for fuel so that you can go about your day. So second thing is mind your melatonin. I call them bookends. Don't eat first thing in the morning. Don't eat late at night. I had an incredible conversation with a melatonin expert. His name is John Lawrence. You can go to the Resetter podcast. Dr. John Lawrence was interviewed on melatonin. I also have a great interview with Dr. David Jockers on my Resetter podcast where we talk specifically about this melatonin piece. So if that intrigues you, go make sure you see that. Okay, third thing. This one's cool too. Doesn't cost any money. What you're gonna do is in this eating window, I want you to pick the eating window you are the most active. Let me tell you why. When you eat, your blood sugar goes up. Now, what you do with that blood sugar matters. If you are sitting most of the time, that blood sugar, if it's too high, could get stored as fat. Whereas, let's say you eat your breakfast at 10 o'clock and you go for a 20-minute walk. So you go for that 20-minute walk and you're now using that blood sugar. Your body's putting it into muscles, it's putting it up into the brain, so it doesn't have to store that sugar. It will use that sugar for what it's needed for, which is energy. Now, the other thing I want you to remember is that your brain needs sugar too. And when I mean sugar, I mean blood sugar, glucose. Your brain needs glucose too. So this 10 to 4 eating window that a lot of people do, or 10 to 6 eating window, if you're busy at work and you're highly concentrated, your brain is using that food, that glucose as well. Just make sure you're not sitting there the whole time, get up and move around. How we use glucose is really important. If we're not using it with our brain, we're not asking our body to use it, it will be stored as fat and slow your metabolism down. So I really want to point that out. So 3 things: 8 to 10 hour eating window, mind your melatonin, pick the most active time of your day so that your body can use that sugar. So on the next video, it's called Do This Before You Sleep to Avoid Belly Fat. And there's habits you want to do the night before, and there's habits you want to do in the morning, and all of those make a big difference. Make sure your room is cool. If our mattress is cool, if the room is cool, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This is a little bit like cold plunges.